Up in the Garden. Welcome, YouTubers, family, and friend. And I'm gonna say Happy New Year's for the 2025. I had this security video sitting for a while, so I wanted to put it out since last month. But you know, life is lifing. So I'm here today to talk about four security tips that you can improve to improve your security. Now, I wanted to do this topic because since last year, 2024, we've been feeling the pinch. So financially, everything's been getting more expensive, and left and right, price are rising. So, you know, certain people can't handle that. Certain people are not in a situation where they can afford stuff. So you don't want to be put in a situation where somebody see you have something and then they want it and they're gonna come and get it. We all have different ways where we make our income. Some of us have our own businesses and, you know, we have money coming in. Some of us have to punch in and work for somebody. And some of us, like I said, they don't have it and they have to punch in and they are on demon time. Demon time meaning that they're just looking for the easiest picking, the easiest situation where they can take something from somebody. And I'm not gonna say criminals. Everybody's not a criminal, but it's certain situation that people are put into that turns them into a criminal, especially when they're desperate. So you don't want to fall into that category of easy picking. Now, I'm not gonna get into a long drawn out list of things that you can do to improve your security to your property and to your house. I'm gonna choose four easy, yeah, that's right, four easy items that you can do to improve the security around your property and around your house. So that'll lessen your chance of being a target. Okay, now before we start, I want to put out a disclaimer, just in case you decide to give me a visit. This is my warning to you.
Try Jesus, not me, 'cause I grow hate. Try Jesus, please don't try me, because I fight.
Okay, before I start recording around my property, I may be recording some sensitive information, like some of my camera setups, but those are not my only security measures. I do have a lot more security measures, but I'm just going with the basic stuff so that anybody can, you know, do. Now you have to understand, implementing these are not like a 100% foolproof or 100%, you know, barrier. All these are deterrent. You just want to deter these people from trying to break the law. Like I said, most of these peoples are just people that just want to go for something quick and easy. They want to be in, they want to be taking something of value, and they want to be out. And the point is not to get caught. So now when you place layers of barriers and situations where it's gonna increase their chance of getting caught, guess what? They're gonna say, skip to the next house. I'm not with it. So some of these stuff you can easily implement and copy. I mean, you don't have to be balling, going way out of your budget and get like straight broke trying to get some of this stuff set up. You know, some of this stuff costs a few dollars and some of the stuff may cost a few $100s, but is a few $100s worth your life? You know, is it worth your security? Now, come on, think about it. 'Cause blood. I mean, is it that serious? I mean, if I go into your closet, I mean, you might have a Coach bag that costs a couple of $100. If I go through your shoes, you might have a pair of shoes that costs a couple of $100. You might have some Jordans. You might have some, what do they call it, Louis Vuittons. You could afford that, but you can't afford security, like just, you know, even a fake camera, you know, so you can protect your property and protect your family, protect your loved one. I mean, it's 2025, and you've seen how the year started. I mean, I don't watch news, I don't keep up with news, but it's hard not to hear certain things. You know, explosions here, explosions there, people killing people already, starting off with the 2025. So the first thing you should be thinking about is protecting your property and your family and your loved ones. So it is only gonna cost a couple of dollars. And so what if it costs you a pair of Jordans, a pair of Coach, or a pair of Michael Kors? I mean, it's gonna be worth it. You'll still be able to breathe the next day. Now, them purses, man, if you go, you ain't going with them. Them shoes, them tennis shoes, I know they look nice and they be rocking. If you go, you ain't going with them. So just think about it for a minute and do your due diligence. Number one is sign and decals. I have 4 deterrents that you can use and implement to decrease your chance of a break-in. Now, y'all come with me and I'm gonna show you. The first thing that may caught their attention is signage. As you can see in this video right here, I have 2 signage going on. So I have a few of the same signage. Now the first thing we're gonna go with is the security signage. I do need to get me a new one so that way it's more visible. When it's new, the first thing they're gonna think is like, okay, they just must have got a new security alarm system because the sign looked new. So that's what they're thinking. Another thing I do is with that same thing is I put the stickers on the window. I also put the stickers on every window around the whole property. Okay, this is another example of the decals that I have. If somebody managed to be like, okay, forget the sign, they're gonna make it for your backyard, these are the decals that I do have on my window. So it's layers of protection. It's not foolproof, but it's a deterrent. So if they get that far and they see these stickers on the windows, they might not want to take another step because they feel like the property may be protected with security. So that's one of those things you can go ahead and invest on. I mean, nobody's telling you to go get a couple of $100 security system. All you got to do is just go online on eBay and order some of these decals, and that's it, and stick them around the property, and that'll be a good theft deterrent. So you don't have to be out there having a system set up. Not everybody can afford it, but that's one of those ways you can have the setup. Now my setup, is it real or not? I'm gonna let you figure it out. And that's on all the doors in the property. Now, another important sign is a beware of dog sign, which is another deterrent. It's not foolproof, but it's a deterrent. If somebody's driving in front of the house and they see this dog sign, the last thing they want to do, the last thing they want to be is worrying about a security dog, or they want to get mauled by a dog. So even if you don't have a dog, like in our situations, now when criminals see the sign, that's their imagination. And then me as the owner, me putting up the sign, they go my reality. Hey kitty, how you doing, kitty? Who's a nice kitty? Who's a nice kitty? Harper. Like I said, the last thing a criminal do want to be worrying about is getting mauled by an attack dog. Okay, let's go over here. So not that I don't have a sign, but I also have a sign on this side of the property. So, and number 2 is security lights. Okay, as you can see, I'm across the street from the property and I'm trying to get a wide view, and my mistake right here is putting all the lights together in one spot instead of spreading them out eventually, like evenly against the fence all the way to the end where the tree is, because any dark spots or dark shaded area will allow would-be thieves, would-be intruders, a place where they can jump over the fence without being seen by your cameras or by neighbors or by people that's passing by. So any shaded areas you do not want. So I'm walking along the front and just, seeing any weak spots. And also I do have motion light sensors, so if anybody get close enough, the light will come on, and then that tends to deter anybody. So in this clip, I got everything straightened out. I got the light eventually distributed out along the fence, so there's no dark areas. So you can even see on the other side of the fence, up there, you see a motion light. And the only reason I know that came on is because I have cats/dogs on the other side. So anybody that passed in front of it will make the light come on. And these are the lights that I use. These solar powered, battery operated lawn lights. So I covered, anytime it gets dark, they automatically come on. So the only reason why I pulled a few of them, because one of them is not working, but I didn't know which one. So I pulled a few of them, and right now I'm testing. Once you cover that square little box where the solar panels are, it thinks it's dark, and then it comes on automatically. So I'm just the easy way of testing to see if it's working properly. See, with this one, I covered it and it wasn't coming on, so that's one of them that wasn't working. So these, you can get these in any store for about like $7 to $10, and you just set them and forget them. Okay, got another DIY that I just did. This came in the mailbox yesterday, and I just installed it. Motion lights. The instruction is saying that I gotta let it charge up in the sun for a good 8 hours. So I thought it was gonna come on tonight because it ain't been out for that much, but I'm hoping it works. It wasn't too hard to install it. Just had to drill 2 holes onto the bracket, and then screw in the bracket, and then slide that in, and then there's another piece that goes on top of the roof, the solar panel piece, and that has a bracket. I didn't want to drill anything into the roof, so what I did was I used that concrete chalking paste thing to glue it on to the roof. So hopefully in a couple of hours, we'll see. If not, tomorrow. And another disclaimer, I'm an avid reader and I'm an avid book collector. So, if you want to come through the property with a few of your friends, well, you're just in luck, because I got one special book that I just picked out for you and your friends. So if you want to come through unannounced, just come through. I got you. And number 3 is security cameras. But one thing, when you do have security cameras, you do want to keep in mind that the would-be intruder is not able to reach the cameras. And I'm 6 feet, so you don't put the cameras 6 feet tall, because I'm still able to reach it. You put it, I would say, about 4 feet more to the person's height. So I would just technically put the camera as high as I could so that they don't reach it and mess with it and disable it. Okay, having a security camera is equally as effective of keeping somebody off of your property. The same way as having a sign, having proper lightings, and then having light. Now, having a security camera, one thing a would-be thief is afraid of is one thing getting caught, and then after getting caught is the fact that you have proof, that you have video recording that you have proof that they broken into the property, and then that you'll be able to litigate, follow and press charges. Cameras that I have around the property, and this is what they look like at nighttime. So they do have night vision capability. So that's the glowing pink purple light that you're looking at. And I do have them wrapped around the property, so that way I could be in one place and I can see a 380 degrees around the property. Now, you don't have to go in and put that much amount of money in a security camera, because even if you can't afford them, you can always get some fake ones. The fake ones will equally deter as the real ones, because the fake ones, they have little flashing lights. You could get them at eBay for probably a quarter of the price of what I got for my system, and they'll just put them somewhere that's easily visible, and anybody that's passing by, they'll see them and they'll be like, okay, this is the house I'm not messing with. Now these days, the security systems they got set up are not expensive. You don't have to ball out of your budget just to set up a few cameras. But like I said, everybody don't have it. So if you can't afford it, you can always get some fake cameras that look as much as the real cameras. The system on my property, it's a 14 camera system, but on the display right here, you can only see 9, but you can toggle back and see the rest that's on the next page. With this security system, you can sit in one spot and see all around the whole property. And for the number 4th one, door locks, I would go with this door enforcement lock, which you can get either Home Depot, Walmart, Lowe's, all the above. And this one even rate that it takes 800 pounds of force to knock this door down. So I'm gonna show you an example of what I have on my door. Okay, this is a simple lock that could be installed with a drill. All you do is close the door, flip it over, and then without the door being locked, it won't open unless you flip it. And then, but without locking the door, like on this end, you screw it in, 4 screws, and then that's it. There's no other part that goes on this side. So without even locking the doors, you flip it and the door won't open. One of our reasons why we put this lock is for a child safety lock. It even work as a child safety lock, because if they can't reach it, but if they are able to unlock the door, they still won't be able to open the door because of the lock. So you might want to look that up and see how good this lock is, but it's working fine. I guess we won't know for sure until somebody come trying to knock and bust in the door.